Joe Burrow has a turf toe injury that will require surgery. He will be sidelined for a minimum of 3 months. Typically, this is a 12 to 14-week recovery period.
Oh, there's a better chance there because there's always an injury to Joe Burrow, as Adam Schefter pointed out to start the show. That's what you're looking at.
Playoffs, conservatively speaking, you would have to get 8 more wins in order to pull that off. I just don't see Jake Browning being good enough.
Every year, the Cincinnati Bengals seem to lose their momentum due to injuries, and this season is no different. After a strong start with 2 wins, their star quarterback, Joe Burrow, is sidelined once again with yet another injury. As the team's future hangs in the balance, new rumors have emerged, suggesting that the Bengals are exploring the possibility of signing Shedeur Sanders, the electrifying young quarterback who's been dominating the college football scene. Even Stephen A. Smith has weighed in, hinting that Sanders could be the perfect fit for Cincinnati, especially given Burrow's ongoing injury issues. But here's the catch. Nothing has been confirmed. The Bengals haven't made any official moves yet, leaving fans on the edge of their seats, wondering if this could be the game-changing decision the team desperately needs. So, what does this mean for the Bengals' future? And could Shedeur Sanders be the next big thing in Cincinnati? Let's break it down.
Cam Newton can be absolutely right that Baltimore is the better situation. Yet none of us can look at Shedeur Sanders and find extreme fault with his position.
And when you look at Shedeur Sanders' situation in Cleveland, the pressure is mounting. Fans and analysts alike are urging him to make a move, and many believe Cincinnati could be the perfect destination to reignite his career. With the spotlight on Sanders and the constant buzz about his potential, it seems like a fresh start in Cincinnati might just be what he needs to thrive. And this news gains credibility, as Mirror Sports USA has reported that the Bengals are actively looking to strengthen their quarterback depth, with Shedeur Sanders being one of the top 5 players on their shortlist. This only adds more intrigue to an already tense situation in Cincinnati. Meanwhile, over in the AFC North, the Cleveland Browns are dealing with their own challenges. After Joe Flacco's struggles in the first 2 games, the Browns are in a tough position. One thing's for sure, if the Bengals make a move for Sanders, the Browns won't let him go without a fight. The race for this young star could ignite a fierce rivalry between these 2 teams. Analysts around the league are starting to agree that Shedeur Sanders could be the ideal fit for the Bengals, especially with the current situation. Former NFL MVP Cam Newton recently shared his thoughts, comparing Sanders' potential to how some of the league's top quarterbacks, like Tom Brady and Dak Prescott, rose to prominence after injuries created opportunities for them. Newton pointed out that underdog stories are always a fan favorite, and Sanders certainly embodies that narrative.
I'll make this point. Do we know any of these names? Dak Prescott, Sam Darnold, Brock Purdy, Tom Brady. My point is this.
Right, they all came up for injury.
They all came off of somebody else getting injured, right? Jake Browning, it's your time, bro.
Kurt Warner.
We've seen this time and time again, and we would like to support, and we love underdog stories, and this is no different. And we see it each and every year in this particular season, or in this particular situation, we're seeing it in Cincinnati.
Shedeur Sanders, once buried on the Browns' depth chart, has fought his way into the spotlight. His rise against the odds has grabbed the attention of many, and it's clear he's not just any typical prospect. However, former NFL player Damien Woody has cautioned that bringing Sanders to Cincinnati isn't as straightforward as it seems. He highlighted that replacing a quarterback like Joe Burrow is a massive challenge. With Burrow's injury history, the backup quarterback is now the key to the team's success. Woody stressed that the Bengals will need to rely heavily on their new quarterback, shifting the focus away from their defense, which had been the team's foundation. It's a difficult position for the Bengals, and they'll need to ensure they find the right player to shoulder the offensive load moving forward. The excitement among Bengals fans is undeniable, as many rally behind the idea of bringing in Sanders. Fans are convinced that he's the perfect fit and could bring the same energy and excitement Burrow has. The pressure is building on the front office to make this move, with the fan base vocally supporting it. Now that Sanders is on the Bengals' shortlist, the chances of him becoming their top choice are increasing. The fan support could play a major role in influencing the team's decision in the weeks ahead.
All right, so as you guys can see, the Bengals calling around to potentially add another quarterback for depth after Joe Burrow's injury update. Bengal fans are definitely calling for Shedeur Sanders. One person says, F it, Bengals should go and get Shedeur Sanders. Can we get Shedeur Sanders to the Bengals? Shedeur Sanders to the Bengals. Bengals need to trade for Shedeur Sanders.
However, it's not as simple as the Bengals just signing Shedeur Sanders without facing any competition. Several teams are now vying for his services, including the Miami Dolphins. After a shaky start to the season, with Tua Tagovailoa struggling under pressure, Dolphins fans are growing increasingly frustrated, and the calls for a change are becoming louder. With Sanders quickly becoming one of the most sought-after quarterbacks, teams across the league are closely watching the situation unfold. The pressure is now on the Dolphins to act fast, as they could find themselves in the running for Sanders if the Bengals don't make their move first. This could spark an intense battle for one of the most talked-about quarterbacks in recent memory.
Dolphin fans are ready for a change under center after a dreadful start. They want Shedeur Sanders traded to the Dolphins. Should Miami make a new move, Ocho?
The San Francisco 49ers are also making a strong push to land Shedeur Sanders. According to the trusted sports outlet TalkSports, Sanders has caught the eye of the 49ers, especially after their starting quarterback, Brock Purdy, sustained an injury. Fans are urging the team to act quickly and bring in the rising star. With more teams showing increasing interest every day, it remains unclear whether Sanders will end up with the 49ers or opt for a different destination. The competition for his signature is intensifying, and the situation continues to evolve.
You trade Shedeur Sanders. You clearly are not sold on him right now. You're not sold on the progress that he's making, even though you're saying, hey, we're happy with where he's at.
I'm going to be livid if it goes down, by the way.
Amid all the swirling rumors, Stephen A. Smith believes Shedeur Sanders would be an ideal fit for the Bengals. With a strong start to the season and momentum on the rise,
ESPN's Adam Schefter on Sunday night that it could require surgery, and if it does, he could be out potentially up to 3.
Shedeur Sanders could be the ideal replacement for Joe Burrow if the Bengals decide to make a move for him. His impressive rise through the ranks, overcoming odds and proving himself in college football, shows he has the skill and poise to succeed in the NFL. With Burrow's recurring injury issues, Sanders offers a fresh and exciting alternative to lead the offense, and his dynamic playmaking ability could inject new life into the Bengals' attack. His ability to perform under pressure, combined with the Bengals' strong defense, could be a winning formula for the team moving forward. If the Bengals do pull the trigger and bring Sanders on board, it would not only change the trajectory of their franchise, but also send shockwaves through the NFL. A young, talented quarterback like Sanders joining the league would excite fans, elevate the Bengals' competitiveness, and add more depth to an already dynamic AFC North division. It would also spark a new chapter in the Bengals' history, one that could usher in a new era of success. For the NFL, this would be a thrilling story of young talent rising to the occasion, and fans would be watching closely as the league embraces yet another potential superstar. So what do you think? Could Shedeur Sanders be the perfect fit for the Bengals? And do you believe he has what it takes to step into Joe Burrow's shoes? Would Sanders be the spark the Bengals need to take their offense to the next level? Or should they stick with Burrow once he's healthy? How would a move like this affect the AFC North? And what kind of impact would it have on the league as a whole? We'd love to hear your thoughts. Drop your opinions in the comments below.